junior. Both fighters 6'1" tall. Hermansson will enjoy a 5.5-inch reach advantage. All right, now to get us started for our main event, the one, the only Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission. Executive Director Patrick Cunningham. Our 3 judges scoring this contest in octagon side are Derek Cleary, Saul Diamato, and Chris Lee. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Mergliata. And now, for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the BB&T Center in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 19 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Oslo, Norway, by way of Uddevalla, Sweden, presenting the number 10 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Jack the Joker Hermansson! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 26 wins, 6 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 185 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the former Strikeforce middleweight champion and the number 4 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Jacare Souza!
All right, gentlemen, we've been through the rules in the locker room. We've already touched gloves. Good luck to both of you, gentlemen.
Nothing quite like the tension of a UFC main event, championship variety or otherwise. Jack Hermansson. First 5-round fight in the UFC for him, as he meets the division staple, Ronaldo Jacare Souza. Main event is underway. Our fight clock is brought to you by Toyo Tires, the official tire of the UFC. Hermansson in black, Jacare Souza is in gray. Hermansson opens with a low kick on Souza. Hermansson was on his way to visit his family in Sweden after that David Branch win a few weeks ago when the call came in. How about Souza? How about a main event? And Hermansson right back to Norway to resume training.
You can see Jacare loaded with that right hand. He's ready to swing it. Waiting for Hermansson to take 1 step forward and then just chuck that right hand.
Jacare able to sniff out that offering from Hermansson, who lands a big right and a counter right from Souza.
These guys are awake now. Now that they've been punched, they'll be awake.
Nice stiff jab from the underdog Jack Hermansson, plus 175 tonight.
Powerful kick.
Yep. Hermansson 6-2 in the UFC. He has finished his last 5 UFC wins. Now goes to the inside of the leg. Souza with a couple right hands. First clinch situation here, and Hermansson breaks out with a nice knee to the body.
body shots by Jacare early.
Souza biding his time, waiting for a counter right potentially.
Oh, short punches by Hermansson early. Straight to the guillotine.
Working on that choke.
On track guillotine. Jacare does the right thing. He passes, and he's sitting his hip down so that he can't get the torque he needs. That is in. But Jacare making the right defense, getting his legs out of the equation. He'll keep turning. He's got to be careful here. This is how you defend. He'll take his back to the mat and he'll peel out. He'll wait for Hermansson to squeeze out his arms.
Wow! Souza escapes! And Hermansson immediately continues to apply pressure. That's been a go-to choke for Hermansson. Of course, the credentialed Souza able to get out of it.
And now for those people who have been caught by Hermansson, you understand how to defend an arm-in guillotine. Watch that fight, that's how you do it. You turn your back to the mat, you peel him off with the mat. You don't stay on your knees.
And Souza was quick to acknowledge Hermansson's submission game, the long arms, his chokes. What a good sign for Souza as he gets out here early.
Souza looking for a judo throw here. That's why he's holding onto that lat of Hermansson there. He's waiting to chuck that right leg through the guard. Hermansson feels it though.
Hermansson talked a lot about staying disciplined through all 5 rounds. He is off to a good start tonight, less than a minute to go here, round 1.
Great positioning here by Hermansson. I mean, the way he's got the body locked at the hips, it makes it so Jacare can't bend and get his body bent over to create some space. So he's standing straight up. That allows Hermansson to trip him. So he's doing a good job going back and forth between trips, knees, clinch. This is what he does on the ground so well. He mixes in the strikes to his control. And now he's doing it on his feet up against the fence.
Nice body shot, and now a good right hand over the top for Souza.
Doing just a little bit more. He's just faking a little bit more. He's jabbing a little bit more, just a little bit more towards Jacare. Little tiny short shots right in the pocket, exactly the way you're told to throw them when somebody loads up their punches. Picture perfect boxing, and here's the choke attempt. It's in there. Jacare turns the hip to the mat, turns his back to the mat. As you're seeing here, he's trying to turn his back to the mat. This helps him get out of the choke.
All right, we are back with round 2 in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Jack, you got to respect his power now a little bit, okay? Let's go. Let's push it, okay? You're in shape. Don't let him touch you with his jab, okay? Yes.
Tighten the overhand up. Don't open it up so much. Keep it tight.
Respect. Coach.
Let's keep on moving. Let's speak more. Let's stay cool.
Respect his power now, Jacare. Got respect. Let's do it.
All right, back ready to go in round 2. A lot of messaging in both corners. Julian Williams on the way out said to Jacare, you got to respect his power.
You ready? You ready, sir? Let's go fight.
I think what he's saying is don't load your punches up and just walk into it. You got to set it up. Double jab your way in. Good counter right hand by Jacare. If you just try to load up on Hermansson, he's going to clip you with those short shots on the inside like you just saw. So that's the reason that happened is you see Jacare trying to hit so hard it allows the openings through the middle.
And a lot of what Hermansson says sounds like Israel Adesanya, the UFC interim middleweight championship, when he talks about aiming and firing, right? Just touching you doesn't necessarily have to be full throttle with every land.
You see how Hermansson sticks a jab out. He'll double jab. He'll double jab, throw a kick, and then he'll piece the power shots to that.
Right.
Whereas Jacare is just looking for 2 or 3 super powerful shots, while Hermansson's beating him to the punch on the inside by getting inside the elbows and the guard. Jacare, when he's trying to be offensive. Big left hook lands for Jacare that time.
So just to the body, pretty good right hand counter from Hermansson. Heavy leather being landed on both sides now. 1 minute gone by round 2.
Nice timing on the takedown by Hermansson. Caught the kick, went for it. Here he is. Here's what we wanted to see. The guard of Jacare, the ground and pounded top game of Hermansson.
As you have suggested, Souza the best off of his back in the middleweight division. Hermansson in this situation maybe with the best top game. A lot of middleweights would certainly argue that point, but
realistically in the jiu-jitsu game, if it was just plain jiu-jitsu, Jacare does like the top position. He can use his guard, but he likes to be on top just like Hermansson. In a fight, I always say the top position is better because you're firing weapons at a lower opponent. So the question is, can Jacare offset that? Right now, closing his guard, just sitting here getting punched, flat on his back, this is not how to utilize a guard if you're going to create offensive opportunities for yourself and try to get up. He needs to attack arm bars. He needs to get his hips, his feet on the hips of Hermansson to create space. He needs to go with a high guard. All these things will help Jacare's case on the bottom here.
just the second time in 13 UFC fights that Souza has been taken down. Only other man to do it, Chris Weidman, in his last fight at UFC 230, November 2018. Oh, nice elbow from Hermansson.
This is what Hermansson wanted to do. He said he's going to close his guard. I'm just going to keep elbowing him and punching him and elbowing and punching him, and he'll stay there, and I'll keep doing that. Right now, you're seeing Jacare looking for some sort of off-balancing. He's stopping the striking, but this isn't really causing any kind of disruptions other than the offense of Hermansson. It's almost like a stall tactic here.
To try to force a stand-up, potentially.
Yep. It's so hard to submit people from your back because we're so slippery here. And in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on its own, it's easier to set things up. But when you're getting elbowed and punched, this was Hermansson's point. Right. It kind of slows down the offensive attempts you could try because you're getting elbowed and punched.
But a lot of fighters would have paused just to enter this situation with someone like Souza, not Hermansson.
We saw a fight like this a long time ago. Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva. And what did we see at the end of that fight? Patience, 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 triangle. Don't forget that. That's what Jiu-Jitsu is about. It's about commitment, understanding you might be losing sometimes, but you just wait for your opening, and Jacare is one of the best at that. The question is, will you let the clock burn out for 5 rounds doing this, hoping that that opportunity comes, or are you to create the opportunity? I don't know.
A lot of top position time being accrued here by Jack Hermansson, and staying busy enough for the referee, Dan Mergliata.
Non-stop offense. This is just annoying to deal with if you're on bottom. This guy hasn't stopped punching. He hasn't stopped moving. He hasn't stopped working. Punch in the body, punch in the head. Hasn't stopped being offensive since this fight started. Hermansson's got a crazy pace.
It remains to be seen as to whether or not he can keep it up for the final 15 minutes. But certainly the Swede/Norwegian looking ready for prime time through about 9.5 minutes.
Haven't seen much offense at all from the back of Jacare right here. For about 3 minutes he's been on his back, and he's just been trying to nullify the strikes. There hasn't been offensive attempts at all from the guard. Oh. Nice elbow by Hermansson. All offense has been Hermansson.
Great ground control and discipline from Jack Hermansson. Might have won the first 2 rounds, round 3. Come on.
Tyst! Come on, man. We need breaths. We got 3 more rounds to go. Come on.
You have to be a little bit simpler and efficient. Let's start moving more.
See a nice catch in the kick, straight to a takedown, and then he just gets right to work. Big elbows. He catches the hands, comes over the top with the elbows. As we practiced in the demo, me and Tyron Woodley, you can see this exact sequence.
I missed the demo, bro.
Ask Tyron about it. who's getting elbowed. Jacare almost looks disappointed at the end of every round. Like, I don't know, like.
Round 3 is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of the UFC. So tremendous efficiency and output on the ground from Jack Hermansson there in round 2. Right back to work here in round 3 of a possible 5. Well, we told you off the top in terms of the efficiency and the accuracy of Jack Hermansson. How about the ground strikes? 104, by the way, on 110 attempts. So 95% of those offerings from Hermansson have found the desired location.
Impressive. I mean, the way he keeps his balance in that top position while he throws his strikes is what's difficult to usually time. Good defense by Jacare. Gets his hips back and see what he can do with this. Just defense. Nice body shot on the break. Good check of the kick, Jacare.
Tom, you mentioned sort of the look on Souza's face at the beginning of round 3. Maybe a little bit foggy still.
To me, it just looks like at the end of the rounds is when he looks the most disappointed. He almost just looks annoyed, like, what am I doing here? Why am I on my back? I don't know. He looks almost not present at the end of the rounds. But when he gets the fight started, when he's here, he's here. You see him. He's in this fight. He's not out of it. He just looks annoyed almost at the end of these rounds. Nice right.
He stuffed 2 takedowns, now rips the body of Hermansson. So pretty good start for Souza now, round 3.
And I think what you're seeing is Jacare starting to get confidence because he's keeping Hermansson on his heels. Hermansson's slowing down just a little bit. He really is. Jacare's feeling it. Not as much hippity-hoppity movement from Hermansson as there was in the first 2. He's getting a little bit flatter, and now they're starting to look more identical in their stand-up. You see that? That's how you know Hermansson is a ground guy. As the fight moves on, he doesn't stay super comfortable in his stand-up. He's there, but he wants these takedowns, and he wants that ground and pound. That is his gift, and he does it very, very well.
Hermansson in perpetual, was it just out of range? Hermansson lands the counter.
Hermansson waiting for Jacare to fire the 2s, and then he's landing uppercuts on the counters. He's just waiting for basically Jacare to overextend and lose his balance, and then he takes advantage of that. Hermansson staying on the bike, keeping the jab pumping. Nice 1-2 down the middle.
Souza trying to walk Hermansson down, able to land that jab. Coming up on 2 minutes here to go in round 3.
Now, I can't believe we haven't seen any leg kicks from Jacare at all. Hermansson's knee is completely turned in and open for it, begging for a kick to the legs. Nice trip. The leg kick's just there for the taking. Nice body shot, comes over the top of the right hand. Oh! You see Jacare just heading off Hermansson, trying to keep him in a phone booth, trying to box him in, and then going that body very nicely. He's wearing down Hermansson. Hermansson's getting tired of the body shots. They're adding up.
Big reset from Jack Hermansson.
Nice. I love that Jacare's making the adjustment to the body. That's slowing Hermansson down. You can see it. Look how red Hermansson's belly is.
All right, well, the tide has turned. Trevor Whitman, what do you have, my man?
I think the key here is going to the body. He's throwing, Jacare is throwing at the head, but Hermansson's got very good distance and very good counters and good head movement. But every time he touches him to the body, he freezes him, and he can find those headshots. I think that's the key to this fight if Jacare wants to get the win.
Coach Trevor Whitman, thank you very much. Under a minute here to go round 3, Dom.
Couldn't agree more with Trevor. I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. And also, stop throwing at the head at all. Just punch at the chest and the neck, because those things never move, and half the time their head moves to where their chest was. Fire at the chest, fire at the belly, tear up the body. The head always moves, the body doesn't.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot of announcers talk about chest or neck movement, right?
Oh! Big punch landed by Jacare. Good hook. Jacare needs to keep his chin down, hands up though. Hermansson's still dangerous here.
Hermansson got backed up by that right hand. 20 seconds now in the round.
This is the power of Jacare we're seeing, but He needs to keep his hands up and still respect Hermansson's power, because he got hurt early. He needs to keep his hands up. This fight's going back and forth. Huge right hand. That's the power we're talking about. He just keeps ripping the body, head. Nice work by Jacare.
Oh! Round 3, Souza.
Huge body shot by Jacare, and these are starting to add up the punch equity. You see him curl. Another one to the body, right to the gut, and then a nice right hand over the top. Anytime you beat up the body, the hands come down and the head opens up.
Now, it's your turn. You're looking good now. Now you fought what you trained. That's that. Let's keep on doing it. Simple and efficient. That's right. Keep on leaving your hand on him. Now he's going to try to take you down again. You have to have your legs well positioned, not let it take him down. Take him down.
Keep breathing. Yeah. Jock, it's 2-1. It's 2-1. You need this round.
15 of a possible 25 minutes in the books. Strong start for Jack Hermansson, rallied by Souza in round 3.
Round 4.
And here we go. Of course, first time Hermansson has seen a 4th round in the UFC. Early shot from Jack, nothing doing. Oh! That looked like an illegal knee from Souza, potentially.
It's hard to tell.
Being told by the truck that the knee was off the ground. Barely.
Looking at the back at it, that was a legal knee. It was just close. Jacare. Oh, huge uppercut.
Souza's got a chin on him. Big power shots from Hermansson. Souza retreats. Now Jacare lands.
I mean, that's a lot of offense by Hermansson. Wow.
How about the volume from Hermansson here early in round 4?
And he's keeping the pressure, keeping the feints, still going. It's almost like that 3rd round he took off so that he could pick up in 4 and 5. He got a 2nd win.
Well, this is about the time in round 3 when Souza really started to turn it on. Nice little Superman offering there from Jack Hermansson. Hermansson would appear to be the fresher fighter here, potentially 8 minutes to go. There are your numbers in terms of significance, much volume and lands for Jack Hermansson.
Starting to see the difference in the striking. It's 1 punches from Jacare, multiple combinations, movements, feints, and everything from Hermansson, and that's the difference right now. Hermansson's just putting a little bit more work into hiding his strikes with defense, whereas Jacare is waiting to just be offensive, and that's it. That's the difference in the stand-up that you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hermansson really moving well with that upper body defensively. And again, just touching him, right?
Yep, he's just okay with just tap and tap, tap away until the big one's set up and then they land later. I mean, he's hurting Jacare at times. He's just not putting everything he has into every shot. And you see Jacare is doing that. So it's a little easier to see the shots coming. Big uppercut by Hermansson.
Finally proof that Souza's human. A little blood coming out of his nose. Under 2 minutes now in round 4.
Jacare is seeming to take this 4th round off to prepare for the 5th. 2 minutes is a long time.
Hermansson coming up on 350 total strikes thrown. He has landed north of 200.
I mean, that's huge offense. Huge offense.
For a middleweight.
It's huge. I mean, the punch count that this dude lets go. Nice
Some power shots, though, yeah, from Souza. 2 straight. Hermansson on the bike. Last man to take Souza down more than once in a fight. Tim Kennedy in 2010.
Hermansson just stays on the gas. Teeps to the body, jabs, moving the head, fakes. Jab, 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 jab.
Yeah, he don't give you time for a deep breath or anything.
Nope, it's non-stop offense. And it might not be all powerful, but the non-stop just grueling never ends. Kind of like Tony Ferguson a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we've always talked about Hermansson's conditioning, but perhaps the fact that he had essentially back-to-back training camps, 2 fights inside of 4 weeks, has paid dividends. He continues to apply pressure.
I mean, it's an insane amount of punches he's throwing. He's outstriking him 2-1.
Likely 3-1 Hermansson as we go to the 5th and final round.
Very nice uppercut. I mean, the way that he loads it is beautiful. He makes it look like a right hand, and he comes up the middle with an uppercut. He lands that uppercut twice on Jacare. And as you see here, this is a non-stop flurry, and that's what this round looked like, basically. It's just flurries from Hermansson, and then occasional nice technical shots, just mixing up the strikes. Another uppercut lands. I mean, that was the shot for Hermansson. This round was that uppercut.
We finish this round. We have to finish. Yeah? What's the water?
We have to beat this guy now. You're losing your hook. You gotta set it a little bit lower. Find the distance first. Find the distance for it.
No matter what.
Seconds out, guys. Let's go.
We have to finish this round.
Well, Jacare Souza busted and battered, but not broken. I know you're no judge, but Souza might need a finish here to preserve his standing in the top 5.
He needs a finish or a 10-8 round easily. Like, he needs a good round here. Jacare looking tired. I'd like to see him get a takedown. If he can get a takedown and maybe burn the clock on Hermansson, that would be money.
5th and final round. Hermansson right back to work, closes the distance on Souza.
Burn the clock, control the positioning, look for submissions, be non-stop offensive. It's the last round.
Early takedown, 13 seconds into round 5 for Hermansson.
Hermansson just looking much fresher. That's what we're seeing. He's being first, and he's looking more fresh right now. Jacare did a great job getting up. Nice throw. He's got the arm there.
Hermansson certainly not sitting on that lead, hanging out right in the pocket, staying busy.
I mean, how about Jacare Souza, 39 years old, been fighting forever, still doing 5-round fights with incredible. I mean, the toughness, the durability, this guy's amazing. Both these guys are throwing down, and it's fun to watch.
Souza made his pro MMA debut back in 2003.
When I was graduating high school.
Don't make us old guys feel older than we are, please.
Oh, guys are tough.
Souza eats a right hand. He's got to go. If you're Hermansson, are you thinking about risk management at all?
If you're Hermansson, you don't change anything you've been doing. You keep the offense up, you keep your punch count up, you throw combinations, you keep the jab out, you keep the footwork moving, you keep the fakes going. Everything Hermansson doing is correct for this style, for this matchup. He's fighting very smart. You gotta be smart. You gotta be careful. You gotta be patient. You gotta throw combinations.
Hermansson's feet have not stopped moving. He continues to be the more active striker. Souza drops down and lands. Under 3 minutes now to go in our middleweight main event.
You see, Souza knows he's behind. He knows he needs a big shot landed, but it's almost making him a little desperate. He's loading too much now. Better off just start to the body, finish to the head. There's a nice shot landed over the top.
So far, a brilliant performance for Jack Hermansson. A relative unknown in a lot of respects coming in here tonight.
Well, this was so hard, man. I mean, Jacare, how long has he been fighting to get that position? And now Hermansson comes up from not being ranked, and that's how good everybody is in the UFC. I mean, at any time, if you give anybody in any part of this game a shot, they can capitalize and create something from it. And that's what Hermansson seems to be doing tonight.
Well, certainly for the fans and fighters who've been paying attention, they know how good Jack Hermansson has been.
It's not over yet. I've seen too many one shots walk away, land in this last round. Don't blink.
Look at that second round, 108-9 for Hermansson, and out to a pretty good lead here in round 5. Souza presses forward, rips the body there.
There it is. This is what he's got to do. Keep going to the body. Jacare. Finish heavy by going to the body. Nice, yes.
A lot of heart and toughness from Souza chasing the finish here late.
Yeah, he's not stopping one bit in this fight. He's completely in it.
Big right hand over the top from Souza. And if you're Hermansson at this point, you would think the clock is your friend. I know you said don't switch anything up.
Well, the takedown's coming from Hermansson. He's looking for it. He's going to be looking for this takedown any minute.
Jacare on the ropes back in November before Souza rallied. Can he do it again?
Souza knows he's down. He's been saving. Those body shots are working, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what I was talking about. Can't sleep on Souza.
Prime location on those 2 right hands for Jacare.
Ooh, big uppercut lands for Hermansson there. Oh, these guys are letting it all go. Big shots landed for both. Dig into the body is Jacare.
Level change from Hermansson. He takes Souza down. A 3rd time on 9 attempts.
That'll finish it out.
And that will take us down the stretch of this one. 5 rounds in the UFC's middleweight division that you can argue 1 through 15 has never been stronger. Jack Hermansson likely has done enough to outpoint Jacare Souza tonight. What an effort from Jack Hermansson.
What a fight. I mean, look how tired these guys are. They just put their entire livelihood on the line to try to get through this fight. They almost died in there. Look at his short shots just right in the pocket. Hermansson's back against the fence, and he just starts firing, and he's able to get inside the big loopy open guard of Jacare. Then he goes straight to the guillotine attempt after he rocks him with the arm in. Jacare does the perfect thing, turns his back to the mat, gets out of there. Big kick lands, he catches it straight to a double leg. He's able to grind the round out like 100 punches to 2 because of the ground and pound he's able to accumulate. The second round really puts Hermansson ahead. Round 3, big body shots start landing, and Jacare gets ahead in this round. He really starts ripping up the body so that Hermansson gets the wind out of his lungs, and he kind of gets ahead. Almost like Hermansson took this round off in order to get a second win for this round right here. See, huge uppercut. He fakes the overhand right, comes up the middle with an uppercut, and then this huge flurry. About 10 punches straight. And I'd say about half of them landed. 5-6 punches in a row were landing on Jacare as he backed him against the fence, rocked him. Was able to create a lot of offense in this 4th round and land some huge punches like the Superman punch over the top and another beautiful uppercut that lands by Hermansson. Then this 5th round, after all that, they're still going. Another body shot Hermansson eats. I mean, we could do this all night. This is what it looked like. Rock'em sock'em robots. These two meeting in the middle, punching each other's lights out, earning that title. Perfect time takedown for Hermansson. That pretty much, for me, finishes out the round probably in Hermansson's favor.
460 total strikes thrown by Jack Hermansson. Back with the official decision after this on ESPN+.
We go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 49-46, 48-47 and 48-47 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jack the Joker Hermansson.